and Tamara Ziambo, an organizational psychologist, are among the few young people ready to get their hands dirty in order to make money through farming. They have opted for the production of oyster and button mushrooms because of the wide market that it has in Zambia.
We started mushroom production in 2017. Yes, we just developed an interest in mushroom farming. And then there was a friend of ours that we met in Zimbabwe at first. And then we contacted him. He came through. He did trainings with us. We're in Quito by then. And then when we did those trainings, we started little by little. We started with oyster. We do two types of mushrooms. There's oyster and button. Yes.
The reason I got into this particular venture is, first of all, I do enjoy plants. I enjoy gardening. I enjoy growing my own thing, right? And one thing I realized is, in as much as trainings were being done and people were being taught how to grow oyster mushroom at the time, there was a lack in the button side of things. So we came together and were like, okay, how can we actually grow something that is not really being grown locally? We noticed most of the stuff that was here was brought in from abroad. So we started teaching ourselves and trying here and there. So me getting into it was really because, one, it was exciting. You know, it's just like, okay, if we can do this, then oh my God, you know, why are you growing the mushrooms? Why are you growing button mushroom? You know, for yourself, you want to achieve something, but also you want to cater to a space where no one is catering.
Locally grown button mushrooms may require a good amount of investment. The mushrooms are white in color and shaped like a button, hence the name button mushrooms. They also have a mild flavor and meaty texture that makes them extremely versatile.
We're mostly concentrating on two types of mushrooms. That's the oyster mushroom and the button mushroom, and they grow under different conditions. With oyster mushrooms, you don't need an air con, you don't need a concrete room like you found there. You can basically just use planks, bamboo sticks, and paper bags, and that way you're able to harvest and have your mushrooms as well. But with button mushroom, it's more expensive for button mushroom compared to oyster. It has a lot more involved in it.
6 years into the business, the mushroom production is now growing. The plans of these young ladies is to build more production houses should they get financial support. However, the ladies won't sit idle. They have started building another production house with the little money that they saved.
We started with what was inexpensive to then save up to build up to something that is a lot more expensive. So you start quite right, you build your structure, but you need to grow. As more people become aware of what you're doing, there's a lot more demand. You know, so now you're like, okay, there's a lot more demand, we're selling, we're putting back in the business. So the rate of growth, in as much as can be organic, you know, because you're plowing back, it's slow. You know, so for you to then now have multiple houses, for instance, for you to cater to a bigger crowd, you need to have the financial backing for that. We literally saving up and we are putting back what is being made. And it's a discipline we're all trying to uphold and just keep ourselves accountable. But yeah, if we had more money,
it could be fostered.
It could be, we can expand and do a lot more houses.
Venturing in such a production may require one to do a proper research of the market space. How wide is the market for the production of mushrooms in Zambia?
The market is definitely big, you know what I mean? But one thing we're realizing is the average Zambian person is not quite familiar with the button mushroom, you know what I mean? And I mean, we grew up eating dente and those nice orange ones. Those we're familiar with, right? It's the brown ones as well. And then the oyster, people became familiar when a lot more people started producing it, you know what I mean? But the button is considered a mushroom that's a lot more expensive. Like a small pack of this is expensive. So the average Zambian person doesn't know it, right? There are a few people that are being open to button mushroom, but the biggest industry is the hospitality industry. You know, the restaurants, your hotels. those guys want button mushroom because they tend to house people that, where they're coming from, for instance, many the expat community eat button mushroom and they know button mushroom.
The benefits of mushroom production is that one can eat mushrooms yearly instead of waiting for the seasonal ones to grow.
I think the best thing about getting to grow your own mushrooms is, yes, you do provide a year in, year out, a year.
Yeah, mas tem uma viagem.
So someone loves mushroom, they can actually have it at any time of the year. But also, what we realize is the mushroom is like a superfood. You know, and a lot of people that don't even eat beef can actually make mince from mushroom and make an imitation of a beef patty. You know, the vegans, the vegetarians. It helps, like she said, with the protein content. It has mineral fats. You know, the omegas are found in mushrooms as well.
This production house has also created jobs for 6 boys who recently completed their high school level, and some of them wish to become farmers.
I joined mushroom farming in 2020. So it inspired me a lot. I want to be a mushroom farmer so that I can also inspire my friends in the society.
What made me to be interested in agriculture is that most of the times when we enter into these societies, most of our young people are not interested into agriculture, something that deals with nature. So I just decided so that I can do something different.
If well harnessed, the agriculture sector can indeed improve the living standards of people. It is a call for the people to endeavor to grow locally and buy from the local producers. Margaret Chisulo, reporting in Lusaka.